Now, let's move on to this is part two of our story. We're talking about the Burn the Witch manga. And so, yeah, this was a one shot that thankfully was released on the Shonen Jump. It says Shonen Jump service in this article, but I'm assuming it's referring to the app as well. I've yet to check myself, and I don't have my phone anywhere near me. This would be a great time to have my phone near me, but I'm assuming it's available. I could swear that I saw it in the app, them randomly promoting it a bit ago when this first came out. So either way, the Burn to Witch one shot is available there. However, it is getting expanded, interestingly enough, into a full-on manga. So Tristan, while we just discussed that, yes, you do know how the Bleach manga ended, but you didn't get to read it yourself, but you do know some of the some of the general plot points. Does this interest you, or did that ending even sour you on something like this? I'm generally curious.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm totally looking forward to this. I read the synopsis through the article, and I'm all for that. Honestly, it's funny. It kind of sounds like Kubo's take on what was it? Mythical Beasts and Where to Find Them.
That's actually so. I'm going to read it to all of you, and it actually hilariously does sound just like that. So the chapter centers on Noel, or no, it's Noel, no LLE, Noel Nihashi and Nini Spangle. All right. Who work as witches at the Wing Bird headquarters in Reverse London's Natural Dragon Management Agency. Those who live in Reverse London are able to see supernatural creatures such as dragons. Noel and Nini, or Nini, work to help promote coexistence between these creatures and humans, but sometimes must undergo missions to exterminate evil creatures. So I hope this does well. And the reason why I say that is because we're going to talk about something else a little bit later with another manga creator whose recent work didn't go as well. But because I thought when I saw this, Burn the Witch, I thought it was a spin-off of Bleach. Because it looks very distinctly like 2000s Bleach. I know it's Kubo, no shit, but...
Yeah, I believe they also mentioned it's the same universe as Bleach.
Okay, good. So I wasn't crazy in thinking that because it looks like okay. Because the thing is, when you hear about dragons and shit, I'm like, yeah, so that's not Bleach. Like an even universe, I'm like, this is not
right. Yeah,
but I was under the impression that it was in some. I don't know how that escaped me. Yes, it does say in the because there's two different articles here. One that which we will link in the description box down below. One that says Viz Media to publish Tite Kubo's Burn the Witch manga simultaneously, which is also awesome as well. I mentioned that a little bit earlier when we talked about the anime, and then we jumped into it briefly. But yes, so not only are we taking this one shot, which thankfully is on the app. Then we're expanding it into you and me, Tristan. It's being expanded into a full-on manga, which is also coming out in the US. And yes, it says that the one shot takes place in the same world as Kubo's Bleach. So you would imagine the story itself, in it being expanded, will also take place in the same world. So I mean, I guess maybe like dragons existed long ago when there were witches, because it would be super odd if in modern day Bleach there were just dragons but nobody fucking referenced it ever.
Oh god, Hitsugaya just looks up like, so that's what you're supposed to be based off of.
Yeah, so I'm assuming
sword spirit like, oh.
But yeah, I'm going to assume that the dragons are like in their past or something, or maybe on another world or something.
I mean, it could just be an idea that different places have different spirits too.
But what do you mean by places? Like different?
Well, because this is, I mean, granted, I guess it's never really. No, I guess it is. Like, Bleach takes place in Japan, or
no? I'm pretty sure it's supposed to take place in modern day Japan. Only because of, like, at least early on, that's the problem, too. Later Bleach, it's hard to tell, but early Bleach, I mean, just thinking back to when I was watching it when I was a teen, they're having, like, bento boxes, they're walking around, there's kanji on the buildings everywhere.
But they never actually specifically say that, do they?
Oh, so you think maybe they're gonna go with the, hey, listen, all of you thought, yeah, Karakura Town, clearly Japan, but we never really told you what the fuck was
Right.
going on elsewhere.
Yeah, because I know at the very least the town itself is fictional.
Well, yes, of course. But
At
that would be
very-
interesting. Huh.
this one shot, is mentions London, but also I mean, they use the name like reverse London, so it's like the magical side that regular people don't ever get to see. Same kind of concept of being a Soul Reaper or
Please, Warner
Shinigami.
Brothers, don't. I'm just humming the opening to Burn the Witch. Um, but no, yeah, I'm hyped for it as well. Not as hyped as the end of Bleach, just because I mean that one, like, even though we're already at part 2 of our story, just to remind everybody about some of the stuff from the Bleach anime, just quickly before jumping back into this manga. The anime came out. We mentioned that it started. We were watching it even before it was released on Adult Swim. I don't know about you, but I remember I was watching it. A mutual friend of ours. I don't know if he ever recovered from it because he like it was that weekend. If you Tristan's like, wait, what? What do you mean recovered?
Oh wait, no, I remember. Yes.
Yeah, it was Friday,
Oh,
and
Lord.
then the whole weekend goes by, and then Monday he was like, hey, and I was like, hey man, what's up? And he goes, I started watching Bleach, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And he was like, yeah, and I'm caught up, and I was like, bro, that's 71 episodes. Are you okay? And he was like, yeah. And like, look, I'm not someone who was I wasn't a studious fellow. Okay. 71 fucking episodes. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah.
How are you alive?
I think my personal record is like 15
Yeah.
a day, or was that 2? That might have been in a weekend.
No, but that makes sense though, because if you're, especially the way anime, depending on the anime, really there's only like 15 minutes of content. If eventually you're like, oh, I'm going to skip the opening and the ending and, next episode teasers, maybe like 30 seconds. And if you skip, last time and you're like, bro, this is like...
Yeah, that's a good 3 minutes usually.
Yeah, no. So literally you can take a 23-minute episode and turn it into like 17 minutes.
Right.
So don't get me wrong. Like that makes, I get that, but like...
Yeah, the structure is still sound. It makes sense that way.
So that if you like watched, if you're like, oh, I watched, if you're like, let's just round up to 20. There's watching 3 of them, it's only 1 hour. So if you're like, yeah, I watched, like, you're watching a Lord of the Rings movie, so you're like, oh yeah, Lord of the Rings movie is maybe like 70 episodes of Bleach. So like, yeah, you could.
All right.
Listen here, bub. No, but it makes sense. But in his case, I was like, man, I hope you're doing all right, and I don't think he ever recovered. I don't know him too well now, but I don't know, man. You've talked to him recently. You think he's all right?
Yeah.
For some, you said that with such confidence.
Do I ever say anything with confidence, Matt? Come on.
That's fair. Nothing against him. It's just 70 episodes of a show. Like, that's insane.
I'm not going to call anyone out for binging, but like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah, no, he's not insane. The act is insane.
Yeah.
But anyway, the anime ended in 2014.
Yeah.
It
was. What was the runtime?
Well, technically 2013, but Adult Swim finished it in 2014. Like,
yeah.
And by that point, it was on Crunchyroll, subbed legally, which is crazy to me now. All you youngins who were like, yeah, it's on Crunchyroll, so what? It's like, no, back then that was a big deal.
2004 to 2012, and then
2012.
Everything by
2014 in the U.S. Yes, and so
I remember not seeing all of it, but I think I saw the last episode that they aired.
Yes, me too. I think we both saw it at the same night or something, because I saw the last episode that they aired, but I did not watch because I had moved on to the manga. By the time that they fucking did, and I swear to God, they were doing filler in between the fight with Ichigo no Kyoto. I laughed and I said, no, I'm done. I couldn't take that Amagai arc seriously.
Yeah.
When you're in the middle of a fight with Ulquiorra. Just wait till right before the fight. But no, they were like about to clash up, and then they clashed for a little bit, and then the next week they were like, might be happening now, but let's move on to another story. And I was like, no, let's not move on to another story. How about we don't do that and say that we didn't?
You can fuck right off the edge of my Bankai. Get me back to that fight.
Yes. I'm just thinking of how to put that on a shirt. But
I'm pretty sure just the text will do.
But also, we should mention as well, we've been bearing the lead with the manga. The manga is also inspiring a theatrical anime adaptation that will debut this fall. Now, I'm going to assume that is not happening. But the date,
right.
This
not that
fall,
it won't happen at some point, but
yeah, I mean,
for a later day.
Well, actually, you know what? Okay, maybe the way Japan has been locking down, maybe in Japan it actually does come out in the fall theatrically. Will Viz be putting that out here in the fall? It really depends on how. I'm not gonna. I know some people are like, "Don't talk about the real world. We're in anime land right now," but like that affects how our anime comes out. So, which we'll talk about a little bit later, a story involving that. But so yeah, so I don't know if this will get like a simul theatrical release, like a My Hero or a Dragon Ball Super or something like that. That's kind of what I'm getting at here. In the US, but I think maybe if Japan keeps up the pace that I've heard that they're at, maybe by fall they'll be good.
Yeah.
But I don't think that this year, unless it's going to be post fall, like fall into the winter area. I don't know if the Bleach 2020 anime is going to come out this year. I mean, again, that just really depends on how they keep everything going over there. Either way. Yeah, I feel weird at this point though. So I'm hyped for the manga. I don't think, even though it's going to be serialized, that doesn't mean that it's going to be like 8 years or something like that. But Tristan, how do you feel about there being a movie already? I don't know. I feel like there needs. I mean, maybe they're working on it in tandem with the manga, so that's why it's like maybe it's.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I don't. I just feel like it's too early. You know, like have a. I don't know. It'd be weird if, I mean, especially because it seems like it's going to be a movie that's adapting, not like a spin-off of itself. It's going to be adapting what's already in manga form, but it's not in manga form yet. It's not out.
Yeah.
That would just, I don't know. It just seems a little weird to me. It's too much. Like, it's just like, even though it is a 20th anniversary of Bleach, so it's like, well, we want to give you guys a lot, but at this point, I'm like, it's okay, guys. I got my Bleach. I got this being a full-on manga. I don't need this to be a movie just yet.
Right.
Would you go see it in theaters?
I'm not sure.
See what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's too early, I feel. Maybe some people if you're watching this and you've read the one shot, tell us if you'd see it in theaters. And of course, also, as we're wrapping this one up.
Oh, right. Sorry for the one shot. I started getting things confused.
Yeah. No, Viz theatrical, a couple episodes of Bleach 2020. No. It's the one shot that for some odd reason is already getting a anime movie adaptation.
I mean, I think I could see it doing well. I mean, granted, it kind of takes me a lot to get me out to the movies, but
yeah,
I might go and see this. I'm honestly looking forward to the idea that Kubo's getting to work on something else. You know, start fresh with something.
Okay, yeah. Because I never hated his ideas. I only felt like he would introduce every arc, and I'm not. Usually I do hyperbole for humor, but I'm being dead serious here. 20 characters per arc.
Yeah,
and then the next arc comes up, Tristan, and then he just doesn't really use them again, and I'm like, bruh, but basically.
Why? Yeah, I mean, Kubo's strength has always been his character designs, which he is phenomenal at. Like, his artwork is oof.
Yeah.
Which, actually, he's been working on the new Sakura Wars release that's coming out.
Oh.
Yeah, mutual friends of mine. Actually, Anthony, he's Toto. He's looking forward to that one a lot, too.
That's good.
But yeah, so they were happy to see that Kubo's actually working on some of the artwork for characters. But yeah, I'm interested to see Kubo starting something fresh again, and
Yeah.
just to have something that may not be completely combat based in a way to see where
Yes.
things go.
Yeah.
Um,
It
I
would
think he
be.
might have a little bit more freedom with this series, which I'm interested to see what he does with it.
And again, it doesn't need to be, going on for a long time. It could just be a year, and
No,
that's
yeah,
fine.
right,
So hopefully he gets to work on more stuff, do some creative stuff, and it just doesn't have to be, like you said, confined to just being. Even though we love stuff like Bleach and Dragon Ball Z and Naruto and One Piece, it doesn't have to be that. It can be something a little bit different, and it gives him a little bit more leeway to be kind of loosey goosey, and hopefully that ends up being better.
yeah,
Hopefully, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't believe it's just him working on this as well. To be fair,
right,
I am
yeah,
pretty sure he is also working with another creator. I don't believe it's exclusively him. I don't have it in front of me, but I was under the impression that he was also working with another writer on this. It's not just only him.
right.
But either way, though, like I mentioned before, tell us what you think about this coming out, both as a manga, as an anime, and also that Bleach 2020. Tell us what you think about all of that stuff down the comment section down below.